The internet via blockchain is indeed even better than the dark web. Hey, and welcome to the Crypto Owl. Today we're going to take a look at the internet via blockchain, since Massa wants to release it in January 2025. They want to release the whole thing in 2025, at least if we can believe the screenshots that were taken here, and also an announcement made by them. So definitely a roadmap for 2025. Pretty quick, and we're jumping right in. Let's take a look at what's going on there. Then let's also take a look at the master price and of course a conclusion, or rather a little outlook on the whole thing. Let's dive in and check it out. A little outlook on the whole thing. Let's take a look and check it out. And I wrote a tweet about it, specifically about the decentralized internet and its future. For many people, the Tor browser is the gateway to the dark web and to the .onion sites, where they can chat, shop, and find or do other dark things. Did you know that Darknet websites also rely on centralized hosting solutions? I don't think everyone is aware of that, so I'm mentioning it again here. After we've learned about Bitcoin, the blockchain, its advantages and possibilities, it's time for the next level of the internet, on-chain hosting, and that's right on the Massa Labs blockchain. Unlike .onion sites, the web pages are not stored on individual servers. Instead, all web pages are uploaded to the Massa blockchain and are fully replicated across every node, meaning every network point in the network. So you upload it once and every node replicates it. Instead, all web pages are uploaded to the Massa blockchain and are fully replicated across every node, meaning every network point in the network. So that means you upload it once and every node replicates it. Even if node 1, 2, or 3 goes down, then nodes 4, 5, and 6 keep going and so on. Keep showing it again and again. Even if node 1, 2, or 3 goes down, then only nodes 4, 5, and 6 keep going and so on. And this is ensured by 100% uptime of the Massa blockchain. And as I said, if some nodes go down, the others keep running. This approach provides secure, decentralized storage of websites, data, and efficient processing. If the central server of an onion site is compromised, it leads to downtime. With DeWeb, this risk is effectively eliminated. Through data replication, across the entire blockchain, all central points of failure are completely eliminated, which provides strong resilience against typical web threats. Have you secured your Massa domain yet? So the MNS, the Massa name service, this is what it looks like. I've already shown you all of this multiple times. I'm connected here with my wallet and I've already secured a Crypto Owl Massa domain. It's all stored in my wallet and I can even receive mass tokens directly here through Crypto Owl Massa, just like we know from companies, for example, Vitalik, and so on. But so far, not much has happened with the ETH addresses in the DeWeb space. So far, it's just the name service and your wallet has been given names. But the decentralized internet, or the DeWeb, hasn't really been built up much yet. Massa has had this vision to first build a blockchain, NFTs that also represent the name service, and bring games onto the blockchain. The approach to the website has grown, and in the 2025 roadmap, the topic of websites is a very important point. At the same time, they wanted to bring games directly onto the blockchain with other partners, but somehow that never really materialized. That's why the approach to the website has continued to grow, and it's really interesting and exciting, because in the 2025 roadmap, we can clearly see that the topic of websites is a very important point. Let's take a look at the roadmap, and we can see that the topic of DeWeb is already planned for Q, along with other points like also events that will be included here, mainly as always in France. I'm really curious, but they will also be attending an event in the USA. This means that Massa will be present at many events, whether with individual people, the foundation, or even with a booth. But we can clearly see here that the website update is first and foremost here, that you can upload websites, and that's really exciting. There was this screenshot about DeWeb at Massa Labs, and it's in 9 days. This screenshot is about 24 hours old, which means there are still roughly 8 days and 10 hours left. But this website is currently not accessible. That's a nasty ping here, I have to say. If you look at it for a while, you can definitely notice something with your eyes. So, not much is happening right now, or the website is currently unavailable. But it could be that they're working on it. There's a lot going on here. They have a lot planned, I have to say. I am very curious to see how this whole thing continues in 2025. And the significant criticism of Massa is that they indeed have too few partners. And I believe that this path into the DWeb might be a good strategy to attract potential partners regarding new websites that might come from somewhere and say, look, a decentralized solution, I can just upload my website there too and have a master address. And I can simply use my websites in parallel. Maybe this will be the future, and I could then use my website alongside. I don't need to delete my website from the regular internet. I can explore the DWeb and new projects on the Massa blockchain. If successful, they could establish themselves on Massa by 2025. This website will be replicated across nodes, accessible everywhere and decentralized with no central servers. However, most nodes are on centralized servers, but many, especially on Massa, are home operated. Remember, this website is replicated across nodes and can therefore be received anywhere. At the same time, it's decentralized, meaning there are no central server providers, but we have to keep in mind that these nodes are mainly hosted on centralized servers. However, there are also many nodes, especially on the Massa blockchain, that are operated from home. So there are people who have a small node running at home on the Massa blockchain. So especially in France, we've seen that there are a lot of such servers. So this whole thing is extremely interesting because it could be very exciting. And if it turns out to be a success, it could also be beneficial for the Massa blockchain. At the same time, the Massa token could continue to rise. Currently, the announcements surrounding the DWeb are already causing the Massa price to rise. So far, we're still below that magical 0.10. This 0.10, to be honest, is an important point because 0.10 was the lowest public sale price. Of course, there are also lower prices like those from the private sale. There are amounts from 4 to 0.06 upwards, and we are definitely over these. This means that these are plus, but of course they have to be activated first. In general, I believe that speculation around the DWeb could emerge here, and people might speculate on the Massa price. In general, we also see that Massa sometimes flies under the radar because, to be honest, the criticism we've already mentioned is certainly justified, as there are hardly any projects. So far, there's only one real DEX, and there's only one NFT platform with, I think, 5 or 6 projects, and of course the master name service. So you can buy a domain here and set it aside, or it's then in your possession. So far, not much is happening here. So why should one speculate a lot here? But around the announcement of the DeWeb, we keep seeing, for example, the post from January 3rd. Jan, that triggered something directly here, namely the topic of the DWeb, because people are speculating on it. You could also go ahead and say, I'm going to secure a domain name that might become interesting in the near future, and then you could trade it. So that means I'm going to buy a few Massa, grab a few domain names, and just let them sit. Maybe someone will need it someday. I don't know, Audi Massa or VW Massa as an example, and these could become interesting. That's why, as a speculative asset, Massa is definitely interesting here, and as I said, whenever announcements are made, there's always a price breakout. We've seen that in the past as well. In the last 2 months, if you're saying that sounds interesting and I want to buy Massa too, then check out the website or the exchange is Maxi. Maxi is a very interesting crypto exchange with over 2,600 listed cryptocurrencies. And you also get an additional 10% cashback on all the fees you pay at Maxi, plus the fees are really, really low here. You can simply buy Massa there via spot, here against USDT. Here we are at the current price, the daily price, and I'm showing it to you just like my chart. And then you can easily buy Massa here via limit and market price and send it, for example, to send it to your own BB or Massa Station wallet. A hardware wallet is also planned for the near future. I'm really curious. I'm speculating that it's Ledger since Massa comes from France and Ledger does too. You can buy spot here at Maxi but also do futures trading. Futures trading is currently very interesting for many who want to speculate heavily with leverage up to an ER, which is pretty intense, like with Bitcoin or AFO, for example. Trading with an ER leverage here is pretty intense. At the same time, there are daily airdrops. As new users, you can also participate in all these airdrops right now. I've already made a video about that. Feel free to check out all the airdrops that are coming in daily. At the same time, there's the Kickstarter for all existing accounts that want to use a few MX. These will be used here and you'll receive an airdrop, for example. Here's one of these two that are currently happening, so it's definitely worth getting involved here. In addition, there are 2001 more events. Here we can clearly see the supercar giveaway, which had a 12 million bonus that was pretty crazy. Then there's still the starting bonus of over $8,000 that you can claim here. There are future leaderboards here, then there are the M days, which are every day. So if you're doing future trading, you can win up to prize pool here every day. Sign up here for new cryptocurrencies. Over 2,600 are listed, with new ones added daily through airdrops and Kickstarter. check out Maxi and use our link for 10% cashback on fees. So, if you're looking for new cryptocurrencies or even want to trade successfully here with potentially high leverage, then check out Maxi and use our link. This means there's 10% cashback on all paid fees. The vision of the DeWeb is clear, decentralized web hosting that uses a new blockchain and even paying via this web hosting, in this case e.g. Crypto Massa, you can just send me a few Massa tokens as an example instead of using the whole wallet address, which can be quite long. Let's take a look at the vision, and then we'll see all the interesting things that are coming up here. Decentralized web hosting, domain registration, backend hosting, front-end hosting. Who is the app for? It's for companies, web developers, 3 studios, and so on, who are interested in decentralized hosting solutions. The first steps to access the DeWeb are to set up the Massa name service here or to buy a domain address. Already with the Westing, where you could buy in the pre-sale, public sale, or private sale, you can already stake your tokens in the DeWeb through this Resting Master network. Here's how to buy a domain address. With the Westing, where you could buy in the pre-sale, public sale, or private sale, you can already stake your tokens in the DeWeb through this Resting Master network. At the same time, the name service is running, where you can secure your domain address, and that's already operating over the Massa network. The NFT marketplace is also partially running right now, but it keeps going offline. I think that's because they're currently doing some construction here, just like this website is offline. I think they're currently doing some construction, but the NFC Marketplace Pure is already running over the DeWeb. However, as I mentioned, they keep making changes, which means there can be some outages. But of course, as you can do, and as I've already said, if you have a website that's already successful on the regular internet, you can just keep it running and create an additional website on the DeWeb, meaning a master network address here. And that's how it works for many. For example, the NFT Marketplace right now, this means it has a regular website that's always online and a DeWeb address. At this moment of recording the video, that DeWeb address is offline, but that doesn't mean it's permanently offline. The NFT marketplace currently, which means it has a normal website that is always online and a web address. This is currently offline at the time of recording the video, but that doesn't mean it's permanently offline. So, as I said, the DeWeb isn't 100% live yet. It's still in beta, but everything is finally coming in January. I am very curious to see how this will all be received, but I believe that there will be further speculation, as shown in this chart or in the article. In this breakout, speculation is high on a Massa address, similar to a domain. You can secure Tesla Massa, and if Elon Musk decides to integrate decentralized domains at Twitter or X, I'll buy Tesla Massa from someone. On the NFT marketplace, these could generate significant value. I'm curious to see what happens next and how this resonates with people. I'm looking forward to seeing how many websites join the DeWeb. Generate purchase price. I'm really curious to see what happens next. I'm very interested in how this all resonates with people, and at the end of the day, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how many websites come into the DeWeb. Interested in the deep web? Secured a domain yet? Could this be a big success? Share your opinion in comments. Do you think this could be a big success and even bring new projects to the Massa blockchain? Feel free to share your opinion in the comments. Remember, there's also a German and of course an English main group, as well as a German Telegram group for Massa. Feel free to check it out. You'll find the links as always in the video description for everything I've shown, including the Telegram groups. In that sense, I want to say thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.